Welcome to the 12th episode of the Clubhouse. Didn't think we would get this far. This time, we're going to talk about not our experience at the Indianapolis Pokemon Regional, but our esteemed guest, Andreas, who just came off a top 32 win. Would you like
Hello.
to say anything?
I'm happy to be here. I didn't think I'm surprised to be here. Hello.
Yeah, somebody had to be here. So why
Yeah,
wouldn't it be you?
I don't know. Honestly, making top 32 doesn't even feel real still. Um, I like I did prep quite a bit for this event, but it was just like, wow, I'm getting wins that I feel like I would not have been able to do. And I got it. Got the booster box. I got the booster boxes, got the cash prizes. Actually have one of them
Yeah.
right here with
Oh,
cards from the deck.
Oh,
sheesh.
oh,
Yeah,
nice.
we got the
Wait,
boss's
yeah.
orders, got the Pult and the hammer.
Wait, you're
It'll be
flexing. I actually
yeah.
flex on
This will
these
be
viewers.
immortalized on my shelf for forever.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Thanks, Austin.
I
Is
was
that
just seeing
a
that the VG players, but like I think they also get mats at regionals or like
Yeah, they
for
do.
championship events. So I saw they were like making displays with TCG cards of their 6 Pokemon.
Oh, that's really interesting. I saw someone do that online with like they framed their mat and put their cards on. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I think selling a perfect order booster box for it might be a little annoying, so I might as well just put it on my shelf.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and you're 1K richer before taxes, of course.
Before
Uh,
taxes.
actually,
Didn't you say that like the taxes don't actually apply because of like winnings?
so in the US you do, but in
Damn. Okay.
Canada, I'm pretty sure, I might just be spreading misinformation, but in Canada, there's something called like a windfall tax, and like some
Mm,
countries do, or tax exemption might be the word for it, where like certain things like prize money and all of that, like you don't pay taxes on it in the same way you do in like other countries.
The clubhouse does
got it.
not provide financial advice, by the way.
Yeah, that might be, we spread a lot of misinformation clearly, but like that's something. And why I've heard about that is only because of Survivor and Big Brother,
Mm,
where Canadians, like I've heard Canadians don't pay taxes in the same way Americans do. So like that's what I've heard. So it's purely from watching reality TV. So maybe you should even take my opinions with like not even a grain of salt, but like the whole shaker.
I will. I will. I'll consult a tax expert. I also just haven't gotten my money yet. Um, Pokemon said it'd come, I believe, 30 business days. So I think I'll be sitting on my I'll be sitting around for a bit waiting for it.
Yeah, do a money spread.
True.
It'll just be a check. It won't even be a physical check. It'll just be a number on a screen, and I can like then I can just inspect element that number to be whatever I want.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But also exchange it for goods and services.
True.
No,
I
but
will exchange for goods and services.
for the dear viewers at home, they know us. But Andreas, who are you? What's your history playing Pokemon? What got you into the game? And especially, of course, TCG.
Yeah, sure. So, I've been like a lifelong Pokemon fan. I think when I was like 6 years old, I got some Pokemon cards from my from my parents. I had the Empoleon EX from Diamond and Pearl, which is super cool. I got a structure deck to go along with it. Um, and for whatever reason, I was like the only kid in my vicinity that I knew that like had the patience to learn the TCG. So I did learn the TCG at a very young age, but like no one wanted to play with me. So it was just like, okay, I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'll just like play the video game. I also got the video game. I played like I started also playing Diamond and Pearl, and have played like a lot of the main series games throughout my childhood. Like on the other side, I've like also been like playing like trading cards, at least digitally, for like a while as well. In high school, I played a lot of Hearthstone, which is super fun. I believe Austin's was playing Hearthstone right before this as well.
Not well.
It went well. Good. And I think most recently I was playing like Legends of Runeterra, which is the league. If you don't know, it's the League of Legends answer to Hearthstone. A lot more interaction than Hearthstone, and it was super fun. Mostly free to play. It was actually completely free to play. It was like only like really wanted to pay for skins.
Yeah, I actually played that game briefly, and that was my impression too. It was like I could have the cards for free for sure.
Yeah, and it was like super fun.
Maybe giving
this is also how
giving you shit in that game.
Yeah, they gave you so much shit in that game. It felt good. The combos felt good. And like if you played League of Legends, you get to see your characters there as well. I've never played League, thank God, but that was fun.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've never played League. I feel a lot of like the. Do I give the vibe to someone who plays League?
No, I'm just surprised. I feel like any person with like nerdy hobbies over the age of like 20 has played League of Legends at some point. So it's almost like you've escaped the plague.
Yeah, escaped the plague. I feel like a lot of like the media surrounding League of Legends is like pretty cool. Legends of Runeterra was cool. Teamfight Tactics is cool. I watched Arcane as well. That was a good show. But never actually played the game. But yeah.
Did Legends of Runeterra die? Because that's what your notes say.
Yes. Well, not exactly. The PvP died. So in April of 2024, they stopped updating the PvP. Like no new cards were released. No new updates, and they left the meta in like a really not great spot that I wasn't super happy with. So like imagine if we like. Yeah, I don't exactly. It was like pretty centralized when I left. When they stopped updating things, and then they had like their like their PvE game, which is kind of like which was basically a roguelike, but it was like it kind of just felt like worse Slay the Spire. So it was like I can't do this. I don't want to play this game anymore. I need a new like PvP trading card game. I also like haven't done anything in person in a while. I'm like 2 years out of college now. I want to find new friends through like a hobby that's actually in person.
Yeah.
So like Pokemon was like a good outlet for that. So like around like Surging Sparks was like November 2024. Bought a Charizard Elite Battle deck. Went to the local game store in Evanston, which is where I live, and just started playing.
Shouts Evanston Games. That's actually where I started playing too.
Oh really? Wow.
When I came back to the game.
Yeah, I'm still there for almost every Tuesday. So come and say hi.
Not for real.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they do any tournaments on Tuesdays, or is it just like open play?
It's just locals. Yeah, they used to have GOC tournaments as well, but no one came to those. We don't do a lot of not a lot of GOC players up here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to populate those, but it was sometimes a struggle to get them fired.
Yeah, it was. I've been like pushing retro, like 2023. I've been wanting to build those decks, and so maybe we can get like we can get more people playing retro there, like 20. That would be cool, but we'll see where that goes.
True. If they reprint Arc V-Star and Mew VMAX, it's gonna be like super easy to get into 2023 retro.
Yeah, please reprint those. Reprint Lugia too, for that matter.
Well, they just announced like essentially the 30 cards that are getting reprinted.
Oh, are they not? Are they not adding any more than just those 30?
Well, you never know.
Okay.
Wait, I
It's
don't know
like
how that's right because I looked at the 30 and there was two Charizards on there. So is one of them was like stamped and one of them was like not stamped. So is it literally a reprint of the 2020 the 25 the Generations Charizard? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. There was
Sorry.
one thing. Oh, there was an Arc V Star and there was a Mew V Max.
They just got to keep printing
Yeah.
that same Charizard over and over and over again until everyone has it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like that one Mickey Mantle card where it's just like so iconic that everybody like is what is it indoctrinated to think it's like the coolest looking card ever.
Yeah.
Which like I guess it is sick because it is like Charizard and he's just
Yeah.
like sensed up. Oh, he doesn't breathe fire? Oh, it's only one of them is like breathing fire. Isn't that crazy? I thought. Anyway, I don't know anything about old cards to be honest.
Yeah.
No, it's an exciting set coming up though.
Yeah.
But we're not here for that. We're
Uh,
here for you, and we want to
yes.
hear about this run, but also some of your previous runs too.
Yeah.
Because there's good stuff on the Limitless, and
Yes, I do. This is not my first limitless entry.
yeah. Um, Starting with Milwaukee, this was
Milwaukee.
the October one, the fall one.
This is October Milwaukee. Milwaukee 2026 season.
Yeah,
So
around Surging.
this I
That was
brought.
like the Surging Sparks format, right?
No, this was
Or
actually
DRI.
the Destined Right. Oh, it was this. This was actually the Mega Evolution format.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But actually, before that, kind of want to talk about like my first deck a little bit more.
Oh, true.
Like the Charizard Pidgeot. So this list, this is like the first list I played, and I felt like I learned a lot of like the fundamentals from it. Actually, Dave, are you able to like add like post up the deck lists in posts?
Yeah, perhaps.
Okay, cool. Maybe you can put it up on screen later.
Yeah.
But like this list like helped me like learn a lot of like, so what it was like basically Charizard Pidgeot in the Dusknoir line. And it had the Rotom V, Luminion V, Forest Seal Stone engine.
Okay.
So yeah. So this list, you're able to basically search out everything from your deck with the Arven engine and the Forest Seal Stone. And so you're able to like basically your hand was, you guys had access to your whole deck. You're able to make a lot of like very cool plays from that. So this was like a searching source format. It was like a very much like a prize race format. You had to like think about, how can I stop Raging Bull from going like 2/2/2 against me, or like how can I deny prizes here from something. And so so you can use like Collapse Stadium to do stuff like that. You can use Thorton to bring out a Charizard out of nowhere. You use a Briar to fix your prize trade against other Charizards. So you have like a lot of really cool plays here. But I think this list is spiritually a knocked-out deck.
Was this playing like Thorton? Was Thorton still legal?
Yes, it was. Thorton was legal for this.
Okay.
Yeah. So Thorton, Thorton was legal. You just had so many ways to search out all your stuff, but this was a knocked-out deck, even though there's no knockouts. Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of like peak Charizard too. The Rotom V, Forest Sealstone combo was so amazing for evolving decks at that time. Like,
oh yeah,
getting into Pidgeot too, like that absolutely. I mean, the bird searching.
Yeah, and like so many games are just like, oh, okay, Buddy Poffin turn 1, and then Buddy Poffin, get Rotom out, instant charge, and then your next turn would be like Arven, Rare Candy, Forest Geostone for Pidgeot, Rare Candy Pidgeot. You have another Rare Candy in hand, Rare Candy Charizard, swing. And so many games were just like, oh, I can just pull everything out of my deck at this one time and do something amazing. And so this is like how I played the game like for like a while, and like this is why I think like this is like a knocked out deck. I didn't have to think about, oh, I need a Lily into something or I need the Iono into something. No, I'll just pull it out of the deck and just use it immediately.
Yeah.
So
No, certainly. What was the ace spec at that time? Did they have
Unfair
ace
Stamp.
specs?
Yeah, they did. It was Unfair
Okay.
Stamp. Yeah. So
Oh.
uh, so I think it was really interesting. I think Unfair Stamp was cool. You know, Boston Fair Stamp was a really powerful play, and it still is, obviously. And we'll get to Indy. But yeah. So yeah, just learned a lot of fundamentals there, but it was like very much, oh, I'm pulling stuff out of the deck and then using it.
Yeah, certainly. That's like a pretty
Yeah.
custom deck to start with.
It is, yeah.
That's like no Raging Bolt.
Yeah, it's no Raging Bolt. I think with like that, it was like between the three, right? It was like Regidraco, Raging Bolt, and Charizard. I think for me, like, oh, Charizard seems like it's going to stick around a while. So I went and did it. That being said, in the next set, Prismatic, Budu like ruined my life. I'm not gonna lie. You can't like rare candy Budu. You can't rare candy turn 2 anymore.
Yeah.
And so like you had like decks like Gardevoir with the, what was the old trait ability called again? Refinement.
Yeah, refinement.
Refinement, and you also had the Draclo, the Recon Directive. And these are very much like more like draw-based decks that are way slower. And I just couldn't adapt to that play style, so I just kind of like mostly just struggled in the Prismatic format. I like tried a bunch of things and didn't like any of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
But enter rotation, I found the Noctowls, and I was able to like start playing the game like I did, like back in Searching Sparks, starting with like Journey Together. That was super cool. And I think that's the intro. Okay.
That's when you get into like Owl's Grand Tree kind of business with Charizard.
Yeah. Grand Tree, not so much, but
Okay.
Owls, yeah. The Owls, yeah. And now let's talk Milwaukee.
Yeah, certainly.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is Mega Evolution format. I remember
Yes.
Dango Rocks was like kind of a hot topic.
Yeah, Dango Rocks was a hot topic. I think so. So yeah, I ran Tera-Box to this because this is like, I felt like this was like the best Terra deck. Going into it, I was also on EVs for a little bit beforehand, but a lot of EVs like good matchups started like falling off. Like Joltik and Grimmsnarl were kind of like falling off into Mega Evolution format, and like Denko was obviously going up. So I was like, okay. I mean, Eevee's good into Dengo, but like the other two matchups are like pretty good and they're going away. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna play Tera-Box. Me and another friend from locals were like looking into, we're trying to like set on a list. We couldn't set on the exact same 60 because I didn't want to play Terapagos. But we ended up like, yeah, no. Right, here's the Terapagos rant.
He's kind of a buster.
Yeah, no, this is just a worse Lily's Clefairy. Like, I know you can trigger Briar with it, but Briar like isn't that good, especially when like it's taking up your supporter, which could be a Crispin or a boss. And so you have to put these like so you have to like play like Briar and Countercatcher to like get like value out of Briar, and that's like 2 deck spaces in a deck that's already like way too crammed. Yeah. And I'd rather just play the EV package.
Yeah, I feel like if there was any other better like Terra generic Pokemon to play, Terapagos would be out of there.
Yeah, Terapagos would be out of there. But that's how, yeah. I often play the EV package, and EV package does do a lot.
Yeah.
The Leafeon is like obviously like good in the Charizard. It's like a Ogerpon that doesn't immediately die to Charizard, which is nice. They have to like put a little bit of extra work to kill it. And then it's also good into Zoroark, which was fine. Also kills Mega Absol. I didn't really know about the existence of Mega Absol going into this tournament, and I somehow avoided it the entire tournament. But I think if I did ran into it, like that is a line that does happen. Flareon, however, is the main big boy of the game of this. So go into Flareon. You basically you want to Water Pond the Godengo turn 1 to like clear out, just to, like, clear some Gimme Ghouls, get to take 2 prizes. I did not play Vitality Band here. I should have played Vitality Band. That like allows you to kill rocks with the Ogre Pawn.
Yeah.
But the real thing what you do with like Flareon is you hit the Godengo, that kills the Godengo, and you charge up Pikachu in the back. And now you have two things that Godengo just can't deal with. And that comes
that
up.
130 times 2.
Yeah.
It's so cheap, it's so efficient.
Yeah, it's so cheap, it's so efficient, yeah.
You get all those lovely colorless synergies with your fan rotems.
Yes, and no one was playing Watchtower at this tournament, so I was able to just do whatever I wanted here, which is amazing. Unfortunately, I think how I felt with this tournament is like I was able to like get a lot of like free wins against like players like during the early rounds of Swiss, and I had some like really weird matchups during my late rounds of Swiss and like day one. Like my round 5 was a Conkelder.
Mm-hmm.
And this was at like 3-1, 3. It was like 3-2. I'm at 3-2. I'm facing a Conkelder, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. Why am I seeing this crazy deck? Like that. Actually, that game is actually really funny. He starts Brute Bonnet, which is a terrible start for him, and I start Clefairy, and I also whiff Fan Rotom. So I'm manually attaching to this Clefairy, trying to like start swinging, and he's getting absolutely nothing. He puts down like a Dunsparce, he puts down the Pidgey. I'm like, what is this? What am I facing? And then like I finally get Clefairy knocked out. I take 2 prizes, and he finally benches a Timber. I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then he scoops. He didn't need to show me that Timber. He could have scooped earlier. And then we actually play a real game, but I like was able to like scam him. And then my round 7. My round 6 was a Tera-Box mirror. My round 7 was a Walls.
Walls is hard for Tera-Box, I recall.
It is hard for Tera-Box.
Yeah,
but
you're not speedrunning your way out of there.
No, I'm not. But I have an answer to all of his counters. He puts down my Lodic and starts charging my Lodic. I swing in with Clefairy and get rid of my Lodic. And then after that, he starts charging up a Frigoraph EX, and then I reveal Flareon to get rid of the Frigoraph EX. So he basically has no singular Pokemon that walls all of my Pokemon, and I'm able to charge up faster than him, so I'm able to win my game 1. And then my game 2, he benches a Feebas and a Munkidori, uses TM Evolution and fails. And that's all his board. And I wipe it, and it's over. So I had like super weird matchup. I had like a super weird day 1 at Milwaukee, playing against not real decks and like okay players during my day 1.
Yeah.
And then my day 2, I like completely crash out. I like lose 5 times in a row.
Real. So this is your first regional though?
This is my first regional, yeah.
Dang, day 2 and at the first regional is kind of nutty.
Yeah. I think the 3 regionals. Phase 2, yes. Spiritually, I think round 9. I still call round 9 part of day 2, like just instinctively.
Yeah.
Because like round 9 is like, it feels like a liminal space where the day has ended, everyone has left, and you're just here playing Pokemon while everyone else is gone.
Just for that extra, you're like doing overtime after everyone leaves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an extra punishment for being good at the game.
Yeah. I'm looking at your Milwaukee matchups.
Yeah.
And hitting the Devil Cerulege round 9 and round 10 is crazy.
Dude, can I swear on this podcast?
Yeah. We're not monetized.
Fuck that deck. I was not prepared for it.
It was like good at that tournament, right? It was like that was like one of the big cards we were talking about for rocks being good with.
Yeah. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't think it was going to be good. It like messes with your prize map so much because they have legacy. So what you like usually would want to do is like pump Pika Pika, or pump Pika Cornelian, but Pika's like more efficient. But if they like legacy energy, it's like, okay, I have to do extra work to get around this stupid thing. I could play Briar, but I'm not playing Briar because I thought, it's not good.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on running to 2 Sarah ledges. I think that like tilted me the rest of the tournament, unfortunately.
Yeah. You also hit Goldango Joltik Box, which I like memory hold as a deck that existed.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I also memory hold that deck. He was good. Actually the Dango Joltik guy was like super cool. He was like a Poké dad, and he was like his kid was like going crazy in juniors apparently. He was telling me, so good for him.
Hey, Papa.
Yeah, way to pop off. And his dad's like, I think his dad made day 2. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
If I ever
Milwaukee
have
was
kids, I'm
fine.
putting them in the Pokemons. They're gonna be testing everything for me.
I'm giving him Dragapult EX right when they're old enough for juniors. Here you go.
It's like you gotta mow the lawn as a kid. If that's my kid, you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta test those 16.
Yeah. You gotta like, you know how like those like stage parents, they make them train, or people who like they're out of the womb and they make them do absurd like baseball
Yeah.
drills. I'm just gonna be making my like 5-year-old run like the Lux Chomp mirror for like 5 hours a day after school.
Why that mirror? Is that I don't know anything about 2010, but
Well, all of these like drills that the parents make their kids do, they're probably not making them like better at the sport.
oh,
But they're gonna know. They're gonna know the mirror. It's gonna come up in I don't know, SAT.
Real.
this just sounds like torture, Austin. I think that's
They're gonna like it.
yeah.
I'll give them a Skittle every single time they win or something
No,
like that.
but of course you continued playing Noctowl at
I did continue playing
Seattle
Noctowl.
2026.
Yeah, I did continue playing Noctowl.
This
My
was like
takeaway
Big
with
Four era, right? Like Dawn-Zard, Guardy. This was like pre-rotation.
yes, this is pre-rotation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me also get you like a picture of actually yeah, let's also get a picture of like Charizard Owl, that deck list as well when I got there.
Georgia.
Yeah. So this was actually like a super interesting tournament as well. I was planning on actually like getting off Owls finally, which I'll get into why I wanted to get off Owls eventually later, but I ended up not doing that because of the Ascended Heroes delay. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just gonna play an Owl deck. I'm gonna just practice an Owl deck going into this. So I brought back Charizard Owl, which is kind of like nostalgic for me, because it's the same 3 evolution. It's the same 3 stage 2 lines that was in the original Searching Sparks Owls list, Searching Sparks Charizard list, which I like super like. I like just love the game. I just love the gameplay of it. It just felt super explosive. The issue with Charizard Owl though is that it's like if you hit Buddy Poffin Nest Ball, you can just run your opponent over. Just in so many games, just take your first 2 prizes, put them in an awful spot, and then it's kind of over. Especially like against stuff like Guardy, where you can just boss like counter a prime catcher their Guardy, take them out, and stuff like Dengo. Like if you can find the Buddy and the Nest, you can win the game like easily. But if you whiff that, it's tough. It's really tough. But yeah, I think I did better during this tournament than I did in my Milwaukee one, despite having a better record. I ended up going 6-1-1 in day 1, which is pretty good. And then I had like a really wonderful Charizard mirror during round 9. During our game 3, actually we both started Klefki.
Nice.
And we just stared at each other like, nice. Yeah, it was awesome. He won that because he had a Buddy Poffin in hand and I didn't. So it is what it is. But it was still a very fun set nonetheless. Again though, I was like not playing super well during my day 2, and I like my mental. I just could not get my mental up. I had a Kangaskhan game during my round 13, and game 2 he flips 3 heads on my Charizard. So I'm like, okay, fine, this happens. This is just part of the game. And then during game 3 at the start, I'm holding 2 rare candies in my hand. Having rare candies in your hand for Charizard Owl was like kind of okay. You don't need to see them that early because you can just grab them with your Noctowl. But like, it's fine. But what happens is this guy, he whiffs his setup and slams Airy on the table. And snatches those 2 rare candies out of my hand into my discard. So I'm just like looking at like, I'm cooked. What do I do? And my 4th rare candy to the prize, of course it is. Yeah, so I was like just tilted off the face of the earth after that. I think I left with like a 6-6-1 record. And I felt fine. I felt fine about the tournament overall. I feel like my day 1 was stellar, but my day 2 was just like not that good. Didn't have good mental going into it. I definitely made definitely made misplays against some of my opponents there. So it was fine. It was fun to watch Keva though go crazy in Seattle though. They were there. I think it was us 2 from like it was. I met up with. I like just saw Keva like right before round 10. Like, good luck. And like I'm losing every round, and they get like a top. I forget what they got, but it was a good record.
Wait, that's a Clubhouse reference because we covered that.
Yeah,
we did.
Yes.
Yo, go check out our 5th episode.
Yeah, I think about that.
Where we cover Keva's Seattle Zoroark run.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was an awesome run to witness awesome. While I was crashing out. So yeah, that's my Seattle run in like a nutshell. And I think like at that point I was like, okay, I'm done with these stupid owls, because I felt like I was not improving as a player anymore.
Yeah.
I got way too used to like pulling exactly what I needed out of the deck and not like thinking about, how do I play around unique situations that my opponent might put me through, or how would I play around like just not drawing the cards that I need from the top of my deck. In my notes, I'm playing too much Pokemon, where I'm just hoping my opponent doesn't do horrible things to me.
You said Pokemon?
Yes.
How have I never heard that? We gotta get Pokemon. Obviously, you could do Copemon.
Copemon. Oh, and if the Copemon doesn't work out, I'm playing Copemon.
Oh dear. No, that's real.
Yeah. I posted something in the chat. So I'm looking at your list, and it seems like there's another person who used your list to get top 184th at Sevilla.
So here's something interesting about my list for Seattle. It's actually the exact same as the number 1 list from Seattle, but I'm using the Silent Wing Hoot Hoots.
Ah.
So if you didn't have the triple stab Hoot Hoots, you just swap out the Silent Wing Hoot Hoots, and it's like basically the same. And it's like, why am I playing the Silent Wing Hoot Hoots? Because I like the art better. I think the card looks better.
Kenneth flamed me so hard for that shit.
Yeah, I know. I got flamed too. I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna play something slightly suboptimal because I think it looks better. It's fine. Triple stab would have never come up.
I think it was at the Milwaukee, the one we just covered, that I did low-key knock out a Badoo with triple stab Vitality Band.
Oh, wow.
I was like mega bricked, so I was just like having fun, but I did triple stab a Badoo with Vitality Band on my Hoot Hoot.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I was looking at your list, and you know how I was wondering if you like copied the list in reverse, but that makes so much more sense that you just picked a random card, and that's different.
Yeah, it really is just that. The one cut I was like kind of like, so I think the original Dawn-Zard list from like, was it Toronto that did really well? I forget what tournament did really well in. They played a 2-0-2 Pidgeot line, and that felt kind of terrible. I think being under item lock and like not being able to get your Pidgeot out felt bad. So I did add the Pidgeotto out, and I cut the Iono. And I think number one, was it Truin Tran that did it?
They won.
They won. Yes, they won. They won Seattle. So
Yes.
they had a very similar idea where they cut an Iono for the Pidgeotto, except he played like the good Hoot Hoots, and I played the bad Hoot Hoots. And that's why he won, and that's why I crashed out.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that the first two regionals you went to were won by Charizard?
Yeah, that is crazy. You could have. I wish Charizard won Indy. That would have been awesome.
There was like a crazy fact where it's like, at one point, like every regional Kenneth went to, Henry Chow won or something like that at one point. Anyway,
that was not true for Orlando or Indy or whatever, but
yeah, well,
might have been true in 2025.
Seems like you're finally off Owls, though.
Yeah.
Once we move to Indy.
Yeah, I'm finally off Owls. I was convinced by some friends to like stop playing the stupid Owls and then like stop playing too much Pokemon. I was like just like, oh, if my opponent Ionas me here, I'm so fucked. And I just didn't want to play that game anymore. And I know Iona was rotating, but it was like kind of the mindset that needed the shift. So I like moved into a deck that was just so much more consistent. Everyone knew that Dragapult was going to be the best deck of next rotation, so I just moved on to that preemptively. Just grinding that deck. And yeah, I think what like really drives me to a deck is, of course, I love playing the combos from hand. I love like having a lot of options. I love like when I can find the best option to do like something interesting. And like Owls were kind of like a shortcut to it. Playing Owls and playing Pidgeot were like a shortcut to like finding all the cards you need and just doing it. So you're like, I have one play in my head, I'm just gonna do it. But I think like with Dragapult, with the Dracloak, you like build these big hands, and you don't always have like your ideal play in hand, but you always have something good to do. And I think just like trying to like being put in situations where you're thinking about like contingency plans, like, oh, if I miss boss here, I can probably just Crispin here and then Buddy again. Or like, oh, I miss Crispin here. Jet Headbutt doesn't actually sound too bad into this board state. Mind Bend doesn't sound too bad. I can maybe like retreat lock something for a bit. Like being forced to think about multiple options as you play your turn, like was good for me, and it's actually just also enjoyable. I think I learned to enjoy that flow of play more as I like played Dragapult more, and as I like was not seeing success from like playing so much Noctowl.
Yeah.
And also with Noctowl, you don't have long grindy games, and also I've been enjoying those more. I think if you have a long grindy game as a Noctowl player, you've just lost. You're out of resources. You get Ionode. You have like 30 cards in deck that you're never going to get out. So it's like, I cry. But I think Dragapults are like just so much better to that. And I had like one of these long grinding games I'll get into later, and that was like a super fun game I had in Indy.
Yeah. No, of course. Outside of Poke, what are you into? We got these are your rabbits on screen?
Yes, these are my rabbits on screen.
Up there?
Yes, they're up there. Yes, they're there eating some lettuce. Me and my fiance spend a lot of time caring for these rabbits, checking on them, playing with them, just making sure they're all happy and healthy. We have foster rabbits in the past. We've fostered 2 other rabbits in the past, which is like really fun. I've been running recently, which is super cool. Doing a 5K in like early July. I was like out of shape, like really out of shape last year. So I was like, okay, this cannot keep going on. So I've been doing that. Follow me on Strava if you want.
Yes, we'll plug the Strava for sure. Check the description for Andreas' Strava.
Yeah. I watch a lot of like Survivor and Big Brother. Very, very excited for the Big Brother season to start up. Austin, we will do that watch party at some points.
Yeah, we'll have to do it.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure out which episodes to do watch parties of.
Yeah. Maybe not
Thursdays
the first.
are league night.
Thursdays are you can just put it up on the good game TVs.
Honestly, we should. I think
We should, yeah.
there has been a night where I have pulled up the eviction, or maybe it was like the HOH competition on my phone while I'm playing some game.
Who were you cheering for during Big Brother 27?
Oh, I loved Vinny. I love
Dude.
like the rat.
Vinny the Lip?
Yeah.
Dude, I was like I was rooting on for Morgan. I wanted to see a more God sweep.
I loved the cheap mans. Like it sounds really evil, but like
it's definitely, it doesn't even hit like the top 50 evil things in Big Brother, I think. I think you can find 50 more evil things.
50 is like a stretch, but like definitely not 25.
Not
because
25,
I think
yes.
There's people who have like physically assaulted each other. But like so I guess like context for the viewers, a little aside. The cheap mans is Vinny the Lip. He had a girlfriend at home, and allegedly she was fine with him like flirting with like other girls for the game.
Right.
And then she was apparently not fine with this, as was found on social media. And he started like a romance, a showmance as he would, with More God.
Right.
And Vinny the Lip and More God just traded competitions back to back, and then they lost in the end.
Yeah.
In like a crazy fashion, where like Vinny actually like spiraled and crashed out so hard.
It was insane. It was extremely entertaining.
But nobody wanted it more than Vinny, and that was my whole thing.
If Vinny's still in business during his jury speeches, then he could have had it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's context for me too, because I don't know what you're talking about. I've seen one series of Big Brother, but that's it. Survivor, I know a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're here to talk Indianapolis 2025.
Indianapolis. Yeah, let's go into it. So deck choice. I played Pult Hammers.
Pow.
I'll put the prop. This is not a unique list. It has the usual Pult stuff, the 4/4/3 Pults, the 2 Monkey Dory, the 2 Monkey Dory, a Badu, the Meowth, the Fez, and the Moltres. Notably, there's no Dunsparce engine, which a lot of Dragapults have been splashing in for this tournament. I personally was afraid of getting run over by other Dunsparce decks. The other Dunsparce deck I was personally afraid of was the Lopunny deck. Since they're able just to heal off all of your Phantom Dive damage, and it's really hard for you to deal like 330 damage in one turn. It's just impossible. So they just repeatedly just play the Wally and then heal up. And the way to stop that is by slamming Watchtower and disrupting their hand and just hoping they don't draw into any more Wallies while you just hit their stuff over and over again. That being said, Lopunny did not do that well this tournament. I don't know. I think it was like not even 20 day twos, like something less than that. So I think it's because of the high Watchtower count. I was not the only one who played 2 Watchtowers. Many other people did. But back to the Dunsparces. If you're playing 2 Watchtowers, you can't play the Dunsparce engine.
Right.
It just stops it. You still play 1 Meowth because you just need to get out of bricks sometimes. And then finding a Crispin late game with Meowth is also kind of clutch sometimes as well. And then we have the usual 4 Lily, 4 bosses orders, which I was convinced of going into this tournament. Being able to find boss at basically all time, whenever you want, is super nice. I'm not actually convinced it was good though, playing 4 boss. I think 2 Buddy might have been a little bit better because I just played so many mirrors, or like having a Buddy prize would have actually totally like screwed me. And I was just lucky that my Buddy wasn't prized during a lot of those mirrors. And then there's the usual 4 fire because I'm running the Moltres. The Moltres was really funny. I didn't run into any grass decks, which is hilarious. So the Moltres was like low key a dead card, but it still like did work for me in some of the games I'll cover later. And like, why am I not playing like Dragapult, Blaziken, or Dusknoir? I feel like with Blaziken doesn't, contrary to popular belief, Blaziken doesn't actually solve the Hammers matchup.
Yeah.
And this is because Blaziken, it does not solve it. Because Blaziken is a stupid idiot with 2 retreat cost, and a really common line into Blaziken is just I'm going to boss up your Blaziken and punch it. Now only has 120 HP left, and you need to attach some energy to get rid of it. So they burn like their Seething Spirit to attach to Blaziken, and then like maybe attach from hand, and they can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And so if you're able to like boss up a Blaziken and then hammer the Dragapult on the bench, they're like in a really bad situation where they need like 3 energy to get back into the game. And they are not playing Roses. That deck does not play Roses. So we're not seeing 4 energy hit the bench. We're not seeing 4 energy hit the field at once.
Right,
so,
certainly.
Yeah. And then there's Nor. Nor is cool and all, but I just couldn't play it well. I feel like I didn't have enough practice. So like a lot of these like Dragapult players have been playing Dragapult Dusknoir for like literally a year and a half, ever since Badu came out. These people have been playing Dragapult Dusknoir, and I feel like there's a lot of complexity with like the prize maps and like how like when to pop, what to pop on, and I was like just not willing to learn that.
Yeah.
It was also just a less consistent build, and I was like, okay, I'm playing something consistent. I'm not playing like something like I'm not playing like some owl thing that's just gonna lose all the time, that's just gonna brick all the time. So that's kind of why I'm not playing like Dusknoir. I did try playing it at the start of the format. I realized I was just not doing well with it. And it was also pointed out to me it wasn't doing well in a lot of limitless tournaments. So I just grabbed Dragapult Dusknoir.
Yeah. Yeah, and indeed, you hit hella mirrors.
Hella mirrors. Do you guys have my trainer hill photo? You can also put that up on the screen.
Oh, I only look at Limitless Labs.
Limitless Labs. I'll post it. I have it. I have it on my phone. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
Like, yeah. I'm not gonna like cover every round in detail because I'm gonna be honest. I faced like 10 Dragapults, and a lot of the matches are starting to like mash together in my head because I'm just facing it's the same stuff over and over and over again. Like for the matchup, I'm like, there's like the Badu Wars first. Like, obviously, Buduing your opponent is pretty good, especially if they haven't revealed the fact that they like Pokepadded for a Dracook beforehand. So that's like really important. It's super important versus the Dragapult versus the Blaziken and like Dusknoir builds because they do run some amount of rare candy. And like if you don't Budu them, it's very possible for them to just rare candy Dusknoir and do like horrible things to your field. So you basically have to Budu them. And also having Budu hit the other person's Budu on having your Budu hit the other person's Budu before they hit your Budu ensures you win the Budu war unless someone has a Monkey Dory to offset the damage. And if you both have Monkey Dories, that still applies. Whoever hits the Budu first wins the Budu war. And then like first or second versus the matchup. I think second. I think a lot of people actually like disagree with me. All like good players disagree with me before they go first or second. First is higher tempo, but second makes you play the game more. Sometimes I just picked the opposite of what my opponent wanted for these matchups. So it's like I'm gonna just pick what you don't want and maybe like tilt you a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's like whatever you think is best. I'm taking the opposite.
I'm taking the opposite. Yeah.
No, that is real though.
Yeah, that is real. Especially like, yeah, I asked one of my opponents why he like picks first, and he was like, oh, like highest probability of getting a Drac Cloak out. I was like, sure. I don't know if that's true or not. If Buddy's in the equation, I'm not sure if that's true or not. It's definitely true if there's no Buddies going down. I don't know if that's true with the Buddies. So keep it at that. And then I guess like after the whole Buddy Wars, it's just like, how can I like just scam my opponent like as much as I can. Pult hitting into Pult is like pretty good because it means that Pult dies next turn. So it's like knowing when to swing. If you're swinging first with the drag Pult, you're getting swung back into. So you're whoever initiates the Phantom diving has to like be doing something impactful with it. Like killing a drag Cloak with 2 energy is like obviously pretty good. If you're able to stack damage, like let's say you like Itchy Pollen a Dreepy turn 1, and then like you're able to Risky Ruins monkey some damage over, you can like Phantom Dive and like kill a Drag Cloak as well, and that would be like impactful, and that would be pretty impactful as well. So, and then the hammer, you can use it to stop bosses and force them to use Crispin. You can use it to stop Monkey to like save your Drag Cloaks, or you can just like boss in like in the Blaziken matchup, boss with the Blaziken, hammer up stuff off the bench. So yeah, that's like kind of like just notes for the matchup in general. And a lot of this stuff did come up during like a lot of my games.
Yeah, I got the matchups here for the dear viewer at home.
Yes, the matchups. So let's get into them actually. So first off, before the tournaments, I did GLC sides beforehand. I went 0-3. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. No, I was playing Lost Mine.
Okay.
I played against like a Metang box, then like a Snorlax build, like the unfaced fat Snorlax, which is like unplayable for me.
Yeah. And
then I faced a local playing Fire. They were playing like, what are they playing? Like the Burn Brightly Charizard, and then like the Heatmore that like hits the bench.
Yes.
And yeah, 0-3. It was awesome. Then I like went on a run. Like before that, I also went on a run. Saw some Indianapolis before just being in the convention center for 3 days. And
right.
I thought I had a good day beforehand, but the beds in our Airbnb, I did not like them. They're firm. They're too firm. And the pillows were also firm and really high. So I did not have a good night's sleep going into Saturday. So, shout out Cafe de Drinks though. Well, one of our locals who I was staying with, she got like a huge thing of cold brew. I drank so much cold brew, so I was like kind of prepared for like going into this. Anyway, game 1. I'm facing against someone. Who actually like whose husband is like works at like Full Grip Games. So that's pretty cool. We were playing a Drag Pult Mirror. She like basically hits the nuts turn 1, and I can't disrupt her. She's able to just run right over. I admittedly should have scooped game 1 way sooner than I did, and I think we just weren't playing fast enough for that. And then game 2, I was able to. I think I just was able to just get more Drag Cloaks out than she was. I was able to buddy her. Was able to kill a Drag Cloak with a Phantom Dive. Was able to do that. Game 3 eventually went to the tie, and that was kind of a lesson for me. Just scoop earlier with these things. I don't think the games are super interesting. Game 2 was hilarious. Round 2 was hilarious though. So we're both 0-0-1 because we've tied, and when you tie, it's because you've been like playing slow. So I'm like with my opponents, like, hey, I don't want to tie again. Let's just like have some urgency.
Right.
And so we all set up. I start Badu. I play Buddy to put 2 Droopies on the bench. Attach a Droopy, pass to him. He's going second. He also starts Badu, and he buddies for a Droopy and a Torchic. He then plays Crispin to attach a Fire and a Psychic to his Droopy. He then retreats his Badu and bites my Badu with his Droopy. First off, you don't do that with your low. That's like horrible. That's a horrible play. Because what happens now is I push up my Droopy with the energy, I attach another energy, fall with a drag click, and I Dragon Headbutt your Droopy, and you're out of Droopies. You don't do that. You're supposed to buddy pocket me.
You don't do it. Whoa.
You don't do that. Yeah. He was supposed to itchy paw on me, but he bit my Badu instead. He's gonna lose the game because of this. Then he goes to pick up the prize. He didn't set out his prizes.
No. Okay, so that's game 1 for sure.
No, it isn't game 1 because he was only delivering GPL.
Oh.
They have what they have. They make him like take the 6 cards off top of his deck, make those his prizes.
Okay.
So like the game state was broken, but this judges decided to fix it like that. I didn't feel like protesting because take one for the bite.
That's crazy.
I didn't feel like protesting because I was just like, I'm gonna win this game anyway. Yeah. So I go on to win this game because he doesn't have anything. He has no draw engine. Game 3 kind of like goes the same way. He doesn't bite my Badu, but I'm able to set up more than him. He swings at the wrong time. I'm able to swing back into him.
Yeah.
So it would do that. And then my game 3, which is my only loss of the tournament. I'm facing a guy who actually doesn't know how to play Dragon Pult. He has a pretty interesting build with like Dawn, which is able to like have him set up under item lock, which is actually like low-key kind of clutch for him. I'm also like playing really badly this set. I like, for example, hammered off an energy off a Dragon Pult that I was about to kill, so it's like kind of a wasted hammer.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I don't remember the set super well. I go like lose, win, lose, and I'm like kind of like feeling kind of bummed for this set. And one of our heroes, Leo, he's a friend from college. He's not a local. He's playing in Indie, but he's playing in Pokemon Go. So he actually just got knocked out. He had an early call time at like 6:45 or something. He just got knocked out of Go. He comes by, we're like chatting it up. He's like, I have too much cold brew. Do you want to be cold brew? I'm like, yes, give me the cold brew. And I chug like half of his cold brew.
Nice. And
I'm feeling like energized for the rest of the day. I think that cold brew was responsible for the rest of my wins. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm feeling ready to go, energized. I 1-1-1. Let's fucking do this.
Locked in for day 1.
I'm locked in. I'm locked.
I feel like those morning rounds are kind of like in a different world. And it's like if you can make it through the lunch push, it's like a little bit, you have hope.
Yeah, I do believe that. I feel like I just was kind of like sleeping the first 3 rounds. So I was like, okay, we can play the rest of these out and we'll do well. Round 4 is this Festival League player. Moltres, I start Moltres game 1. And I set up 2 Droopies behind it and I attach to a Droopy. Pass. He starts Relor and he's only able to get 2 Grookies and an Applin on the bench. And then for me, on my turn, I attach Fire to my Moltres, boss in the Applin, kill the Applin, he scoops.
40, yeah. Yep.
He admits he should have got a Goldie instead, which is true.
Real.
If he didn't get a Goldie, I think he had an Outback game because he had Relor in play as well, so that's important. Also, notably,
50.
Relor has 50, but it also like evolves into Rapska, and that's like getting Relor into the field is like part of the challenge of like getting Rapska into play. Because like if you're gonna grab me a Relor, you're not grabbing something else. Notably, this is like one of the only 2 things my Moltres killed all weekend. It killed this one Applin, and then it killed a Badu later on. So really justifying the deck slot Moltres. Next round he bricks. He sets up. What does he do? He sets up like 2 Grookey's and like 2 Applins, but he cannot find a festival leader. So he's just staring at me, and then I can't find a Dracloak for the life of me. So for 3 rounds, I'm just mind bending him. For 3 turns, I'm just mind bending him to like set up like a 3 prize turn later on, and I eventually do find the 3 prize turn and then go on to win the game. Dragapult Hammers. I'll be honest, I do not remember this one very well. I remember both of us playing pretty slowly. There was a judge call where he put the Recon Directive cards into his hand, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry, Judge." But both of the cards, no matter what he took, was game anyway, and that was my loss. And then we tied because slow play from either of us. This Honchkrow is really fun. This Honchkrow he has Ditto merch. And if you see me in locals, I also have Ditto merch. I brought these sleeves.
Nice.
And my deck box has the 151 Ditto on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and my mat is like a Ditto mat with the same like art as the sleeves. And my opponent here just rolls up with just more Ditto stuff than me. She has Ditto ability markers. She has like a Ditto playmat that's like nicer than mine. She has the same sleeves as mine. It was awesome. She totally like mogged me as far as Dittos go.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It was just wonderful to see. She was chill. She was also wearing a Lux cape while having like a Lux cape like on a necklace, like the card. So she was dripped out. It was awesome. She's playing Honchkrow. She's complaining about Dragapults right before we set up. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna Budu you here." Because you have not revealed you didn't Pokepet for a Honchkrow, so I am Buduing you here. And I basically Budu scam out of game 1. Game 2 was more interesting, but she like misplayed by like dumping 4 supporters off a Pro Swing onto a Dragapult, and she only has 2 supporters left, and I'm just monkeying damage off the Dragapult onto her bench. So that's that. So I think at this point I'm like 3-2, 3-1-2, and like me and a lot of locals are like still in it. We meet outside after round 6 outside the venue, just just talk over our rounds, and all of us have like the same records, so we're like afraid of bashing into each other. And thank God we don't. I'm also hoping a lot of us like make it to day 2, so I have like a good crew to hang around with me for day 2. And then I have round 7. This is against Jack Hollow. He is a pretty young player. I think he like aged up into Masters like 2 or 3 years ago. And importantly, this is my round 1 from Milwaukee.
Hey,
the callback. Yeah, this guy's my round 1 from Milwaukee. So my round 1 in Milwaukee, I misplayed really hard. This is Tera-Box, by the way, just for those who remember. I hit the torrential pump against a Welsing Mass Pawn and kill like a Hoo-Hoo on the bench, and then he like retreats the Ogre-Pond and does something else to me, and then I like torrential pump again, but I declare the bench damage onto the damaged Welsing Mass Ogre-Pond.
Yep, been there.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh crap. Can I basically shuffle all the energy back to my deck for like no reason at all. And that was like I don't remember the rest of the game because it's been a while, but like that was like one of the things I did against him. And that was that. But now in Milwaukee, I go win-win against him. He's playing this rare candy build. I later find out it's a Dusknoir build. So for those looking at the screen at my matches here, Deoxys speed is rare candy and like Tinkaton is hammers.
Yeah.
So it was actually revealed to me like when I checked Limitless later that he was like on Dusknoir, but the Duskles never came out. I think he just wasn't able to get it out, and he just never got it out because I was like threatening Phantom Dive at like so many points in the game. These weren't super interesting matches. Just swung at the right times, got rid of like Draclos with energy, and like stuff like that. It's not super interesting games there, but it was nice that I was able to like get a win off someone that I lost. I went lost against too in Milwaukee. Team Rocket's Mewtwo. This is a bad matchup for me, but he bricks game 1. He is able to run me over game 2, and then game 3, I force him into a position where he has to like use Phantom Dive with his Mimikyu on me and leaves damage counters on my bench. And then I'm able to like boss up a Clefairy, move those counters back onto like a Evolved Team Rocket Spidops on his bench, and just take 3 prizes. He was telling me it's also his first regional. I gave him a pep talk like you like obviously know how to play this deck. I'm sorry, right? I just like you're so close to day 2. I think you'll make it next time. He was chill, cool guy. And then take a break, see your friends, celebrate day 2. Also,
because that's round 8.
That's round 8, so I'm like chilling right now.
Yeah.
Also, at this point, I didn't have Ace Trainer. These were like the last 40 points you need to make Ace Trainer. So I was like kind of stressing over that. So I was like, okay, I need to make Ace Trainer. I'm an Ace Trainer now. Yeah, so I got it.
Okay. So one more round in day 1.
Yeah, one round in day 1. This is a guy. At this point, I'm limitless checking my opponents before going into it because it's day 2. Everyone here has like made it.
Sure.
This guy's a similar record to me, where he's like had like 1 or 2 regionals beforehand. So like just chat, just like any. I think he was on Absol beforehand. So we were just chatting up, seeing what he's just like. He's a friendly guy. He was like talking about like he was complaining about the Yu-Gi-Oh meta, which is apparently even more centralized than the Pokemon meta. Somehow it's like 70% of one deck. I forget what it is. And then we play. Game 1, I scammed the fuck out of him. I'm just able to set up faster. He can't find anything under item lock. Round 2, he chooses second. I want to go second, obviously. So what happens is I get a Drippy, and I have a Badoo in the active. Attach pass. He also sets up, grabs his Dracloaks, and then I'm like, okay. I think what I have to do here is I have to judge him and Badoo him going into this. So like try to get ahead of this. So
right.
I evolve one of my GBs to a Dracloak. I judge him, and then Badoo him again. Hopefully that will deny any Dracloaks. He actually finds Energy Lily off the judge, so he's able to get out of it.
Yeah.
And then game 3. And game 3, he does the same thing to me, but I also find Lily off the judge, so I'm able to get out of it. We kind of just like tried to scam each other in the same way, but it didn't work. And then awful things start happening. I have rolled 3 heads against him, and he's rolled 4 heads against me.
Oh.
Our Dragons are headbutting the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening on this port state. And at some point, he bosses up my Monkey Dory and stretchers my Night Stretchers, thinking like I may have some energy in the prizes. I eventually do find the last energy in my deck, which is like I have 3 cards left in deck. It was like the 2 I got off the Recon Directive. Fetch energy. I'm able to like I check his discard, he has no more Night Stretchers. I'm finally able. I Phantom Dive on his Badoo, which you never want to do that, but I had to do it to be able to like start getting energy back. Or no, it was a Jet Head on a Badoo to start getting energy back, which is terrible. I never want to Jet Head a Badoo, but I have to. And I just noticed he has no more Night Stretchers, and I have 2 Night Stretchers, so I'm able to like get energy back on the field and start Phantom Diving, while he's able to do nothing. However, we're out of time, so we tie. I think if I had more time, and if I was better at like seeing lines in the future, I would have probably won this. But it is what it is. I need to like get more practice on these like super grindy games. It was super fun though. Great game, great guy. I got deck checked as well, and I was told to re-sleeve because my sleeves were dirty. So it is what it is.
Rip Ditto sleeve.
Yeah, Rip Ditto.
Also hitting like 8 hammers, I imagine, just like slows down your game a lot.
Yeah, it also like just breaks my brain because it's just like I'm not planning. It was only 7 hammers I hit, but like having
Right.
7 hammers hit in a game, in a single game, is just like, it's just messed up. It should never happen. And so we're just staring at each other, just headbanging the fuck out of each other. So it's just like that. And so I meet up with the rest of the crew at like this Cajun place, and I order a lobster to celebrate getting day 2. So
Nice.
Actual.
that was
That
cool.
place was good.
That place was really good. I also got a cocktail there, and it actually has a similar color scheme to the crushing hammer that I played, which I have sent, and you can put it up on screen.
Yeah. A Weenie Hut Junior drink.
It was delicious, and it was only $8. I think you're jealous you didn't order it.
I don't want to drink anything that has whipped cream on it. That's my.
Yeah,
I think if it didn't have whipped cream, that's the thing that makes me think it looks like a Weenie Hut Junior drink, or the drink from Weenie Hut Juniors.
Yeah. It was delicious. What can I say? And it looks like a crushing hammer.
Yeah.
If it
Are you gonna buy gold crushing hammers now?
No, but I think I might get some full art dreepies.
True.
True. Yes, I think crushing hammer. I don't know if I'm staying with this for the long term, but we'll get to that. Yeah. So, yeah. I try to go to sleep. The beds are bad, and I have to re-sleeve, so I'm not getting the best sleep.
Hold on, I'm gonna block your face with this.
Yes.
With this content, real quick. Here's the hammer drink in question.
That's the hammer drink.
Yeah, I like the blue hammer. That's kind of a nice one.
Yeah, it is nice. I found these from like bulk diving, and I was like, okay, these are like, this looks like an annoying card. It'll probably be useful at some point.
Yeah. Who knew? Honestly.
It was.
Right.
Yeah, who knew? Oh yeah, and then I wake up, chug some more cold brew, pack up my stuff, and we're on to round 10.
Locked in.
Locked
so
in.
At this point, it's like, what's your mental for the day 2? Because I've only played a couple of regionals. I've not day 2'd one yet. Are you like trying to just grind as hard as possible, get that rank up? Are you looking for like good games? Like, what's your vibe?
I'm just looking for good games, honestly, at this point, because I got the goal that I wanted. I wanted to make Ace Trainer, and getting day 2 was like basically getting Ace Trainer. So I was actually just in a good mental state. My mental was good. Like, sure, awful things are happening to me, but it wasn't that bad. And I think at this point in the tournament, I don't know. I made my goals feel good. I was kind of bummed that like no one else from our group made day 2. Everyone got wiped out during like rounds. Like not everyone, but a lot of people got wiped out from our locals during like rounds 7 and 8. So I was going into this alone.
Yeah.
So that was kind of unfortunate. So
yeah. But clearly you locked in. I see all W's.
It was all W's. These were good W's as well. Yeah, except for one of them, but they were good W's. Round 10. I faced against this guy. I checked his limit list again, and this guy, he's a Dawn-Zard head. He played Dawn-Zard during PFL. So I'm like, oh wait, I love this deck. I was like, oh, this is like, I saw you played the Dawn-Zard. It's just an awesome deck. Just got a bond over that. Just chatted up about how his locals are. He's a chill dude. And we get into it. It is I'm facing a Hammer's Pult with a high to Dunsparce count. So it's time for these Watchtower to shine. During game 1, he pre-benches a Dunsparce, and I slam his tower. He cannot get rid of that Watchtower. So he has this stupid like reliability on his bench that I can easily kill later on in the game. And there's also, he put runes down first, so he also had like 50 damage or 10 damage on the Dunsparce going into it. So he was like that Dunsparce was cooked.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal.
And I was able to pick it up for a free prize later on that game. He also swung into a Monkey Dory, which I don't think he was supposed to do that. So I was able to like get the first strike on Dragapult with my own Dragapult, and I was able to run away with the game like that. Game 2 was kind of similar as well. I slammed Watchtower early. He was able to bump it though, and I had a Stamp Watchtower in hand, which just kills a lot of these Dunsparce decks and also prevents Meow from like bailing him out.
Yeah.
Yep. And then round 11, I look at let's check my phone again. It's Simon Fenn. This guy has been playing Pult for like a year and a half. And he's day twoing constantly. And honestly, I think my games against him were extremely lucky. I didn't roll hammers that much. I think I tried rolling one hammer against him and it failed. But other things kept happening. Like I was under item lock with like 3 Cheapies on the bench. I evolved one of them from a Pokepad from earlier. And then Lily, two Draxlocks show up in my hand. I'm like, oh, cool.
Easy.
I just have carded easy. This game is easy. Yeah. The games with him, unfortunately, were not that interesting. There's another point where like I benched a Monkey Dory that I didn't need to. And I take KO with Phantom Dive. He stamps me and then boss up the monkey to like buy me some time. And off the stamp I get Lily, and off Lily I get energy. So it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
If he buttered me, I think there's a good chance I wouldn't have been able to get out of that because my Nitrous would have been offline, but he did not butter me there. So I was like, I was okay. Yeah. And then that's round 12. Asked him if I just talk about like his previous day twos and like his time in Pokemon. So that was pretty cool. Simon's a cool guy. And then round 12, I'm facing like Nick Moffat. This is number 3 in LA. And he's playing Dragapult Hammers. Just like me. 1 second, I need some more water.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you were kind of running the gauntlet day 2.
Yeah, like all these freaking Dragapults, man. It's insane. It's Dragapult. I was also like putting out updates to like the event result updates in the Good Games channel, and you can see me. I am winning. I am losing my mind throughout the tournament because I'm like typing in all caps like, this is my 7th Dragapult of the day. Or like win, another Dragapult hammers again. India's the Pult cult.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Getting into the Pult delirium.
Yeah, no, I had Pult delirium at the end of that. I will probably play Pult to like the next regional I go to anyway. So I will have Pult delirium again.
Yeah.
And then it's Nick Moffat. He's playing Dragapult Dusknoir actually, not Hammer. Sorry, he's playing Dragapult Dusknoir. He goes first. He sets up 2 Dracloaks, and amazingly he's able to in a Duskull, and he's amazingly able to find Dusclops under item lock, which really sucks. That like sucks so much. Because the plan I had going into it was like, okay, I'm gonna boss up one of those Dracloaks, kill the Duskull on the bench, and I'm home free. The fact that he found it under item lock is just incredibly bad for me. So instead, I boss up the Dusclops, and then put damage counters on both of the Dracloaks. And he gets first strike of my Dragapult, and I'm just not able to keep up. He wipes me with all my Dragapults, even without the Dusclops. And I'm actually not sure if that was the correct play to swing into the Dusclops, but I think if I don't, he just wipes my Dragapult out in 1 turn, which I'm not super happy about. So I had to swing at him earlier than I would have liked to. Game 2, I pick second. I'm able to Budu him. We get into a point where I'm able to kill one of his Dracloaks and get damage on the other one. And he pushes up a monkey, moves some of the damage back, and then discards energy off his monkey and then Budus me. He's kind of just hoping I'm not able to like boss him the other Dracloak and like wipe his board. And I am able to find boss and get rid of it. I think he was trying to stop a Meowth play, but he admits later that was a misplay. I just like talking about it after the game. And then game 3, you get another one of these like edgy scenarios where like he can either kill my monkey or my Dracloak, or put damage on my monkey or kill my Dracloak. He chooses to put damage on my monkey while killing my active Dragapult, and then go in with a Dragapult. That becomes a Dragapult, and I get the game.
Yeah.
I had him in checkmate though here, because even if he just killed the Dragapult, I had 2 monkeys set up, so I had enough damage to like move damage from my bench onto his bench buddy to take 1 prize, then move damage onto his Dust Flop to like get damage on it, and then boss the Dust Flop and use Mind Bend for knockout.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mind Bend is like actually a really good attack. People should be using it more. Confusing a Dragapult while like you're waiting to like try to get more setup is actually pretty good. Using it to like if you're able to monkey. Sorry, even.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
I have not drank enough water yet today. But yeah, Mind Bend's really good. It like if you're able to like monkey 30 off and then kills him with Mind Bend, that's also like super powerful as well, especially like a Dracloak. And it's like a lot of early pressure. So like having that Mind Bend play available to me basically made it so like no matter what he killed there, I was able to take it out. I also got judge called this game. I declared Adrenabrain, then looked at the top card of my deck.
Mm.
Oh,
so that's a DPO for me, but I was able to like just win that game regardless. So we're good. We're fine. We're vibing.
Yeah.
So actually,
that's part of that
after
Pult delirium.
Yeah, it's part of the Pult delirium. I like because I actually like got it. I had the Dracloak in hand, and I had a Dreamy on the bench that is ready to evolve. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use this Dracloak in hand to Recon Directive, and I instead used the Monkey Dory to Recon Directive.
Yeah.
So I was losing it. I was actually losing it, but I was still like playing like pretty well against these people. And then like my last game was like against it was not like a Nick Moffat or anything. I forget his name. But this like the first game he basically bricks. So I wipe his board. Second game, he like rolls 3 out of 4 hammers on me and leaves me with a Dragapult in the active with nothing, and also my Monkey Dory with also nothing. He's still like, and it was like all right. It's the end of the day. I think if this happened to me earlier in the day, I would have been kind of tilted. But I'm able to find Crispin. I failed to energy prize check before this. It's like, oh shit. I'm playing at Crispin and I don't know if I have energy in my deck. So I play it, I find the 2. I felt pretty lucky for finding those 2, and then Phantom dive for game. But not for game. Phantom dive taking 2 more prizes. And then he had one more line. He had one more hammer left in his deck. So he rolled three heads against me already. He had one more hammer left in his deck. And I'm like, and he plays Lily. I'm like, hey, I have boss in hand in this, and he has me out on the bench. I'm like, this gets me game. And he's like, okay, wait 1 second. And he does the Lily, whiffs the hammer, doesn't find the hammer, and then he scoops.
Real.
One
last hammer.
It's insane that his line there was just to like find the 4th hammer and then roll the 4th head.
Yeah.
Like egregious. Absolutely egregious line.
Yeah, but what if he did it?
If he did it, I think I probably still could have won, but I would need to roll more heads against him. I think I was also out of Night Stretchers as well. So I think I was actually just resorting to jet headbutting and like mind bending at that point. It would have been like a repeat of game 9 of round 9, game 3, where we're just jet headbutting each other. So yeah, that's my run.
Damn. Did you know
Yeah.
that point like your number placement? Like, were you keeping up with like the standings math? Because I don't really know
I
about
was
that either.
I was told by PokeDuels and Kenneth that I was making top 32, and I just joked with them.
Wait, that's
And so
cool.
yeah. So I knew after that game I was probably cashing because I knew I was like one win off of making top cut. Like if that round 9 was a win instead of a
Right.
tie, I would have made top cut.
Hmm. That's
So
insane.
that would have been different. So I feel like okay, it's probably top 32, definitely not top 16.
Yeah.
And so like after that, I was actually exhausted after that game. I find some like good games people, and they're like, "Whoa, that's so awesome! What are you gonna do with $1,000?" I'm like, I have no idea, man. I am so out of it. I don't want to see another Pokemon card for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And then
super
like
super sick run.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was an insane run. Um, I felt like I was not capable of going this far, like ever. And so being able to actually do it and like actually have like the proof in the pudding is like pretty nice. I do feel like I got insanely lucky. Not necessarily with the hammers, but just with the draws in general. Like of course getting two Drakloaks out against getting two Drakloaks under item lock against Simon was like nuts. Um, having a Moffat misplay against me was also like insane. But I think
Yeah.
like one thing I like realized from this tournament is just like it's not there isn't that much separating people in our locals from top players. Like you can face them and you can like get sets off of them. But like I feel like getting to the tip top, like where top cut is, or like worlds, getting to the top of worlds, like still feels so far away for us.
Yeah. How did you like Indy as a city?
I hated that city. I hated it. I'm sorry. It felt like big cities with no public transit. Actually, how big is India? I actually have no idea, like
It
population
is one of
wise.
the biggest cities in the US because the city limits is like the county limits is the city limits with a couple
Okay.
asterisks. Just like by population and like land mass. I think it's like a top 20.
Okay. I feel like large American cities with no public transit, rancid vibes.
It has a bus system. It's just really bad.
Yes. And I think that like it's like almost it's basically not there.
It's
Yeah.
16th by population.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
Like
family that lives in Indianapolis. It is the best driving city in the US.
yeah.
The
You can get like
best car
anywhere
city.
super. It,
And
it is like legitimately.
That's cool.
I actually don't drive, which is kind of insane.
I do
Actually,
not either.
I will start driving soon. Um, there's like some finagling with insurance. My fiance is the one who drives, and the car's under her name, and she's from Wisconsin, so it had like the Wisconsin license plate. We got all that switched over recently, and I'm finally on the insurance, so I will start driving soon, which is very cool.
Very nice.
Like, yeah, what Indy felt like to me was like nowhere. Like it felt like Green Bay and Appleton, Wisconsin, but with, like
Damn.
no bars. Not no bars, less
Damn.
bars. And the bars are fun.
Yeah, downtown Indianapolis is like not the vibe.
Yeah.
All the places to be in the city limits or the places to be is the suburbs,
Really.
which is weird. Like the suburbs are like in those best places to live in America that gets like released every year. There's like normally one or two Indianapolis suburbs that are like in there.
That's interesting. What are those places like rated off of? Is it just like
It's mostly for people who are like upper middle class, people who want to have a family or like
okay.
have a family. So they're not for like 20-year-olds who like want to play Pokemon
Yeah.
or go to the bars.
It also
Like
felt
it's
like
Naperville is normally up there as like one of the best as comparison.
yeah, fair enough. I also felt like there are like touristy shops there, like
Mm.
lots of touristy places, but with no tourists, which also feels super weird.
Yeah, this was the weekend
Downtown's gonna be
after.
kind of cursed.
Yeah, this was the weekend after the Indianapolis 500. So I think
Oh,
it's
right. I
like,
did see a sign for that. Yeah.
yeah, it was the weekend after, which is like one of the biggest weekends. Well, the city of Indianapolis is built to host events because they host like normally March Madness. They host like a bunch of other stuff like that. The Indianapolis Convention Center is like supposed to be like one of the big premier ones of its size. Gen Con, like the board game convention,
Yep.
the Indy 500. So like whenever you think about it, that's why there's hotels everywhere, and like every tourist like upscale chain,
Mm.
because you have like Ruth Chris, you have like Dick's Last Resort, or like every
It does.
tourist place.
Yeah. That
It's a
makes
very
so
fun
much more
city.
sense. Just a city for events.
Yeah, its nickname, or Indiana's the crossroads of America, and Indianapolis is like it's built like a crossroad.
Yeah, it's like it's a crossroad because no one wants to fucking stay there. They just
Yeah,
keep going.
Damn.
I'm sorry. If you live in Indy, I'm very sorry. I'm trashing your city. But I personally just it was not my cup of tea.
yeah, it's definitely one of the weakest regional cities I've been to, or cities
Yeah.
in general I've been to for Pokemon.
Yeah. Are you guys going to NAIC?
I'm pretty close to canceling, even though it's like next week.
Really? Wow. Wait, why?
I'm just not feeling Pokemon. I signed up for Go, and I'm like, am I really spending all this money just to play Go?
Fair enough.
And it's
Don't
like
understand.
New Orleans is fun, but it's like it's gonna
Yeah.
be raining the entire time, and
Wow.
it's gonna be hot and humid.
I never got the idea of like having a summer international in New Orleans
It's
because
cheap.
like it's cheap, but it's hot. It's swampy. It's like I feel like New Orleans. If you're doing in New Orleans, it should be in the spring or in the fall.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're ready to close this out.
Yep.
Where you go? Any plugs? Any shout
Any
outs?
plugs? Shout out you guys. Shout out to the Pokemon, to the Chicago Pokemon community. I think this weekend, last week was definitely like the power of friendship for me. Like a lot of people like gave me a lot of support, had a lot of practice, a lot of caffeinated drinks from friends. I think it was shout out caffeinated drinks. Shout out to the Evanston locals who have practiced with the most. Keva, Daniel, and Rachel. I played so many games against all three of them, and I got good at this deck that I had like no practice before like March. Shout out to Jessie, my fiance, who supports me from back home. Yeah, those are my slimes.
Nice.
Nice.
Right on.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got nothing else to say? I think we're ready to wrap it up.
yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for telling your story.
I'm glad to come on. Glad you guys had me on. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, likewise. Drop your hammers in the comments.
There's also
Yeah.
a dragon emoji.
Dragon emoji, hit the hammers. Maybe make your other commenters Discord energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monkey emoji.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Thank you again.
Yep. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.